20 seconds. Ten. Are you ready?
It's the clubhouse, the clubhouse, the clubhouse. Old friends calling to play some games and hoping some new friends will do the same. It's a party in the clubhouse, the clubhouse.
Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome. Hey, it's a puppy party. Ain't no party like a puppy party. Secondhand Hounds is here. Hi, Donnie.
Hey, how are you doing, dude?
Good morning, everybody. I'm awesome. It's puppy party day, first Wednesdays of the month. Secondhand Hounds. We have just two little fellers today. And we had a lot to talk about because these are
they're very special dogs.
Very special puppies.
Not that all dogs aren't special, but these guys are special for a special reason.
And these two are going to be exhausted by the end of the day.
Yes, they are.
Okay, Secondhand Hounds. This is the deal. We are in Minneapolis, and we are in the first floor of the main lobby. If you want to, you might have to wait a little bit, maybe, perhaps, to hold a puppy, but come on down. It is a puppy party. That's what we do here.
I know normally we have so many, but this month we're in a puppy drought.
Is that right?
Yep. Well, and we're in a puppy drought for an unfortunate reason. Just like humans need to get their vaccination, your animals need to get their vaccinations, and unfortunately, we are in a puppy drought right now because we get a lot of our animals from down south, and they are having severe outbreaks of parvovirus and other illnesses.
Is that like a dog disease?
It is, and it's
okay.
100% preventable with a vaccination, but without it, a puppy can die very quickly.
Yeah.
It's very, very contagious, too.
It's very important to get them vaccinated.
Right, and the virus can live for 8 months in your home.
Oof,
so now our whelpers that had these puppies that came in ill, they can't take puppies for 8 months.
Oh.
So we are in a real bind. If you've ever thought about fostering a litter of dogs, now is the time. We need your help. So we do have a bunch of new people that have come in, and now next month we've got lots of litters because we got all these new people that signed up. But right now, we just stuck with these two babies.
And their names?
We have Sunny.
Who's on screen there? That's Sunny.
That's Sunny. He is a little yellow lab. He is about 6 weeks. Do the math. He was born, I think, February 23rd. And the other pupper that we have is Winston, the corgi, who is, I believe, 3 days older, born February 20th.
Oh, Winston.
And these guys, you've probably heard me say before, if you're a follower of this thing, we don't combine puppies for these things for vaccination purposes.
Okay.
Just like, you know, when we all quarantined with our pod, and if you guys were healthy, you didn't want to mix with another pod, well, we keep our puppies together because we just don't know what colds they might have, right?
Sure.
So we don't mix our litters. However, these guys think they're in the same litter. They are part of what we call our neonatal program. They came to us as newborns because both have cleft palates.
Oh, they both have cleft palates?
And so when you get a cleft dog, they cannot feed. They cannot nurse off of mom or a bottle.
Oh.
So if they don't get intervention, usually within 24, 48 hours, they may not make it. So what we have a program, our neonatal program, where we bring these babies in, and these guys are tube fed every 3, 4, 5 hours, depending on the age. There's a few of us that are trained. I'm one of those people that have been trained to do it. And we basically feed them through a tube, and they grow up together. And we want to have them together because of socialization.
Of course.
You know, dogs that aren't socialized, just like humans that aren't socialized, we don't understand.
I'm still working on it.
You know, I think we all are after the pandemic.
Yeah, we're kind of
we all had to relearn how to talk to people.
Relearn how to talk to people and stuff like that. So I kind of was a puppy.
And we keep our puppies together in groups as long as we can. So this litter is a corgi and a lab, which is super funny. And the funny thing is right now they're the same size. that will probably change pretty quickly. Although I think the Corgi's a normal size for his age, but
so
I
corgis
think
are already
Sunny,
kind of funny looking dogs
I know.
anyway, and them as puppies is hilarious.
And so now if we get a close-up of Winston the Corgi at some point, does anyone notice what's unusual when you think about a Corgi? What's different about him? Can we get... No, what's different about him right now than a regular Corgi? If anyone can take a peek at him.
His face.
What's...
His nose.
His ears.
Oh, yeah,
His ears are down. They will. So when dogs that have pointy ears that are naturally pointy, as opposed to dogs that are surgically altered, which we don't condone, they born with them down, and then all of a sudden they'll start going 1, 2, and sometimes it'll stay, and it's funny to watch as a foster. Like, oh, is it popped yet? Nope. Okay. Oh, it went up for an afternoon and then it went down. So it's really cute. So they grow into their ears, so to speak, which is kind of fun.
What do you think, at what point in a puppy's life do they realize what they are?
When they're a dog?
Yeah.
Well, some may start
you know
that
what I mean?
way.
Like, oh, this is my human, this is my crate, these are my toys, this is where I go bathroom.
Well, that's an interesting thing because as dude, I had a litter at my house, right?
Right.
And they all thought I was their human.
Right.
But I'm not their human anymore.
Right.
In a matter of days, they had a different human.
Oh,
so dogs are incredibly adaptable, and that is the truth with puppies and adults. You show them love, and then they're in. They're good. They'll love you right back.
Yes.
Which is just one of the joyful things about dogs.
They'll remember you by your smell.
They may, if they see me soon. I have some fosters that I've seen years later have no freaking idea who I am.
Right.
But then I have some fosters that have gone to say good friends of mine who I see pretty regularly. They absolutely know who I am.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's, familiarity and everything like that. I'd like to think that if I saw any of those puppies right now or their mama, that they would know me.
They would remember you.
But I don't know how long that'll last.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk. Oh, there's a corgi.
Yep,
It's
that
an
is
adult
your
corgi.
corgi.
Ooh,
So
ears.
that's your basic. So that's what a lot of people associate with a
Yes.
picture of a corgi.
That's like classic.
So if you look at this corgi, Winston is what we call I believe it's called a tricolor.
Okay.
Tricolor corgi, or it's the Cardi corgi. I can't remember. Someone Google that for me real fast. Which
That's
one's the
Winston
Cardi?
right there on
yeah,
the
that's
screen.
Winston. So he'll have all the different colors. And we all know who's the famous person. Who is the woman known famous for having her corgis?
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth. She was very much a corgi girl.
That's right. She
They
always
are
had corgis.
corgis are cute. You should not value your ankles because they are herding dogs. That's what they're bred for herding sheep. So if you are not where they want you to be, they will direct you by nipping at your ankles.
Wow.
So it is a joyful thing, and it is also...
Oh, I didn't know that they were like sheepdog.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's their job.
I always thought they'd be like diggers, like,
Nope.
oh, we have to hunt for rodents.
Nope, they are herding animals. Labradors, on the other hand, are more retrieving.
Retrieving.
Yeah, retrieving dogs. They're
So
the
you wanna
ones
throw a ball.
you throw. Well, if you throw a ball at your own risk, because you could have one that's like, I can do this for 40 minutes,
Right.
which is an obsessive issue that you want to work through.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not healthy. It's not healthy to feed that. Let's be super careful about him on your chest like that. I'd hate for him to. Puppies are
Man.
unpredictable,
Yeah, man.
and we don't need him to like vault off over there.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that.
Of course, the corgi.
I love the
corgis
cuddles
from
over there. Look, I think you got Sunny with night-night.
the corgis from Wales. Maybe that's the reason it was originated there. So maybe
Yeah.
that's why Queen Elizabeth adored them so much.
So would you Google for me the difference between is a Cardi, C-A-R-D-I, corgi, is that the brown and white or the tricolor? I can't remember.
The two separate breeds
Yeah.
of the Pembroke Welsh corgi and the cardigan, which was what you're referring
So the
to.
cardigan is the tricolor one,
Is
I
the
believe.
tricolor.
Yep,
You're
and
correct.
right, that's what I thought.
Yes. So this is.
And
this is the
another
tricolor.
another thing special about this corgi, if you'll notice, it has a tail.
Oh yeah.
We don't dock tails.
Really?
That's good. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
If you're using that dog to truly herd sheep, that's why they dock tails. They dock tails so they don't get stomped on by cattle. If we're doing it in the suburbs, it's because we're following an outdated construct that actually is an amputation, so we don't believe in that. So if you get a boxer that's born into rescue, it will have a tail. If you get a Doberman born into rescue, it will not have its ears pointing up, because that's it. If you get a cat born into rescue, it will not be declawed. All of those things are amputations. And you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's something we don't do. There's no need. If it's a working dog, it's a totally different thing. We get that. It's for their safety. But most of these dogs are just working for treats.
I got a little trivia for you.
All right.
Let's see who gets this right. The character of Eddie Crane on the popular 90s TV show Frasier was the family dog. His name was Eddie Crane on Frasier. You guys remember Frasier?
Well, Crane was their last name, and Eddie.
Oh, Eddie. Yeah.
I mean, my dog's last name is Torres. I know what breed of dog it was.
What breed of dog was the dog on Frasier?
And I'm like, I know it, and I'm like,
it's like somebody's name, actually. It could be somebody's first and last name. Yes.
That's it. I was like,
Jack
Terrier.
Russell. How did they come up with a name for Jack Russell? Is there a dude named Jack Russell? And he's like, I'm going to name a dog after me.
Okay, I would love to have a breed name. That'd be so much fun.
How
if you
about
could
the
create the dude, what would the dude breed look like? We go through this all the time.
Oh yeah, let's think. I think kind of like
that's a good contest.
A shaggy, something really shaggy, the kind that you know they can't see but from there.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
What kind of dog is that?
Like a sheepdog?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Are you into herding though? Making sure, putting things where they need to be?
Not at all. The opposite.
So you need to be a mutt. The shaggy look, but then you got to get the temperament. So.
But I think I'm kind of more of a purebred.
Oh well, okay. Whatever. Very few of us are purebreds.
What about a
We're
snickerdoodle? A snickerdoodle.
A snickerdoodle?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
A doodle?
Yeah. Doodle.
A snickerdoodle is a cookie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a cookie. Those are my favorite cookies.
Actually, Snicker would be a great name for a doodle.
Doodle.
Just saying.
Doodle.
What kind of doodle? A doodle is just something mixed with a poodle.
I almost said Snicker again. What a Labrador.
So a Labrador and a poodle. There
Yes,
you go.
that would be me.
Labradoodle. And so let's be honest, as a doodle person, I can say this. A doodle, now doodles have become this expensive mutt. They really are just mutts, and we get so many of them in rescue.
The dude might be an Afghan hound, don't you think?
Oh.
Oh.
You're very.
I could be an
are you that
Afghan
pretty?
hound.
I wonder what an affadoodle would be.
Oh.
Affadoodle.
I definitely need to have doodle because that's literally my name.
I think so.
The dude.
The dude. Oh my God! I didn't even get it. Took me a minute.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh,
I haven't any coffee yet.
Hello. Okay. Anybody know what the tallest breed of dog is in the world? I know you know.
I do know.
Tallest?
Any
Good
other
guesses.
ideas?
Good guesses.
We're not allowed to play. We know the answers.
Irish Wolfhound.
Irish Wolfhound.
They can be huge.
They are enormous.
Have you ever had any of
dogs.
those through?
We have.
Really?
I haven't fostered one. I would love to, but we have a very excited person coming down the stairs, I think.
Oh my.
Take it easy. Don't fall down the stairs.
Look at our little friend holding Sunny.
She's so excited. I hope she's coming in here because she has that look in her eye. I'm coming for a puppy. I love it. I love it. Give me some more trivia. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Let's do this one. Oh, let me ask you something else. What do you think about Caesar Milan?
Caesar Milan.
What do you think?
We prefer positive reinforcement-based training.
Yes, okay, so talk about the differences.
His is more of a corrective thing, and it works with some, but we would prefer for your animal to equate you with positive reinforcement than negative reinforcement.
Okay.
And hey, I used to watch that show too, and I thought, I think he has some valid points, but we kind of would rather you say, rather than a dog does something wrong and you give it a negative sound or whatever, you give it a treat when it does something right. It's a slower thing, but it builds trust more.
Interesting. They also work with the owners.
Yeah? You know what I mean? Training is all about the humans.
Yeah.
Training is all about the humans.
Right.
We always encourage, if you're adopting an animal, take a whole family to training, not just one person. When you take one person, there's only one, that one person is fighting the rest, everybody else in the household when it comes to training. Thank you guys so much. Have a good afternoon.
Interesting. Yes. Okay, here we go.
You're not giving up that one, are you? You got it.
Hey, Cheryl.
I like having sunny here because it's not sunny outside. Look at that. So cute, all cuddled in there.
This is like the funniest trivia. It's like weird.
Very trivial.
If a Pomeranian dog is actually from Pomerania,
Okay.
that means from Germany. It's from Germany or a voivodeship in what nearby country?
Austria, maybe?
Poland.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that question was. I read it and I was confused.
Yeah, that is a tough one. There was a lot of big words in that. In geography.
Oh, this is so funny. It's all just like,
Oh, God, Sunny is out.
Sunny is out. I need new trivia. I should just go on my phone. Okay, well,
I could do something.
this is always important to talk to our audience too about secondhand hounds in the process of adopting. What happens?
Yeah.
What's the first thing? Okay, here we go. Start at the beginning.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding. I want to adopt a puppy.
Great. Have you looked on our website? Because that's where all of our animals are
Oh,
found.
we're like role playing this.
Yep.
Okay.
You cannot go into our office because we always spring break. We always get people that show up at the office. I want to see the dogs. We're like, here's the website.
So, ding, ding, dong, knock,
Yeah.
knock at your house.
Yep.
Hey, I should let
That's
you
all right.
open the door. It
I
was unlocked.
understood.
I'm letting
It's all
myself
right.
in. Hello, I'm a future customer of Secondhand Hounds. Can you please help me?
Absolutely. What are you looking for, a cat or a dog?
I'm looking for a dog.
Okay, great. We have plenty of those.
And I have looked at your website, and
Excellent.
that's the ones I want.
Fantastic. Have you filled in an application?
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Fantastic, because filling in an application is the only way you get to see them unless they're at an option event. So once you've filled out that application, the foster will then respond to the application.
There's my
Thank you so
application.
much.
Thank you very much.
Double check. Excellent. I will email you back. And different fosters do it differently. Some might call you, some will email you. I personally like to email.
Okay.
Send out an email.
Foster, and that's the name of the person?
The foster is the person that has the animal. All of our animals live in
thank you.
foster homes.
I got it.
So when you get that application in, as a foster, I will look at it. I'll reach out to you, answer any questions you have, maybe ask you 1 or 2 questions based on what you've put in your application.
Great.
And then we set up a meet and greet. You come over. If the animal is a fit for you and you're a fit for the animal, in my opinion,
Okay.
then we can proceed to the next step.
Great. Fast forward
Yep.
to that meeting.
Yep.
Hi, do you remember me?
I totally remember you, dude. I hear you're here for one of my doodles.
Yes, because that is the kind. If I was a dog, I would be a doodle. And so, can I meet the dog?
Absolutely. You're here at my home. We have an appointment set up. Oh, I thought you were going to be the dog for a second there, and I was going to be confused.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Traditionally, no. We have found that it doesn't always work, the surgery, and sometimes they have to be done several times. The difference is these dogs will just have different rules on what they're allowed to eat during their lifetime, which is a good segue. We'll talk about the waterer in a second. For example, they will never be allowed to have anything sticky like peanut butter because it can get stuck in the cleft palate.
Like that, yeah.
We worry about things like running with sticks because sticks can get stuck in the palate. Some dogs, it stops at a certain age. Some, it keeps growing. We used to fix them all, but then we found that as they grew up, it started opening again. And then doing the same surgery over and over again, we could just watch what they ate. It really wasn't a thing. They will have things like, they'll have sneezing issues with food because sometimes, you get food gets in the wrong spot. Other than that, they're really pretty easily dealt with. It's hardest until they're on solid foods. Because they can't nurse, so we have to tube feed them. So
Yeah.
the sooner we can get them on solid dry food, and they won't eat wet food, they'll always have dry food because the wet food gets stuck up in the palate. But other than that, it really doesn't affect anything. Sometimes they end up being a little bit smaller because they weren't able to get the same type of nutrition they might have gotten as a newborn. But other than that, they're fine. And just real quick, the water, I know I mentioned that. So because
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this.
This is an interesting thing. We haven't had one on a puppy party before. I call this like a hamster waterer. This is what our Klefties drink out of. And so they come up and they do just like a little rabbit or a rodent does, and they do this and water comes out.
Yeah.
But they are training. We also will usually have a bowl of water next to it. And puppies are naturally curious. So they'll come over and they'll learn it. And what's really cute is when they do start drinking out of a bowl, you'll see them, I always think it's like a bird when they drink water, they kind of do this, so that it falls down their throat and doesn't go up in their palate. They learn that really quickly. And so you'll see even the adult Klefties, and we have lots of adult grown-up Klefties, so we've seen this, we've been doing this program for a very long time. So it's really cute to watch them do that. But that's kind of a fun thing. So these guys are only 6 weeks, so they haven't mastered the bowl yet. But by the time they're eligible...
that's young for them to be here. Usually they're about 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks is when we do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they start at 6 to 8. So, and they're also so little. They're so little.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
They are.
Corgis. Isn't that interesting how people like certain dog and they'll stick with it?
We are absolutely drawn towards certain types, certain breeds, certain colors. We all are, whether we think we are or not. It's very unusual to see somebody who has lots of different ones, unless they work in rescue and they fall in love with everything.
I have a friend who does nothing but red labs.
I'm sorry?
Red labs. I have a friend that doesn't do anything other than red labs.
Yep, I hear that. And
I
you
think
have your
they're the most obnoxious of all the labs.
You know, and some people, I'm not into small dogs. I like bigger dogs. I like fluffier dogs, which I know a lot of people like. I'm a doodle person.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that wouldn't come near a doodle with a 10-foot pole.
Really?
And I know people that, will only do, say, Yorkies. I wouldn't go with a Yorkie with a 10-foot pole. It's just not my dog.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the breed. It just doesn't jive with me, my personality. My lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. I think you probably need a big, fluffy dog that's pretty chill.
I like a dog that's super social, though.
Yes.
And open to lots of activity, going out and doing things, and having people come in.
Going on nice little walks and hikes and
going
social
to
dog
restaurants,
parks.
having people come to my home, because I always have people coming home with the fosters.
You know, a lot of restaurants that have patios are making like
oh yes,
dog friendly, and they even have menus.
We go to Duke's all the time. Duke's is there's the Block. They have a couple of, there's a chain, and Duke's on 7.
Or the How.
Yeah, exactly. They all have these great menus for dogs.
And they have menus.
It's great.
For the
It's so
dogs.
nice. But don't assume that your dog is okay with the patio just because the dog, they're a dog and it's a dog patio. Your dog has to get used to that. So for example, when you're on a patio a restaurant that has animals allowed, your dog has to sit down. It can't walk around while there's waiters going around with trays, and they have to be able to sit still. So a lot of dog training classes now actually will specialize in that. And they'll talk about, here's the mat. You bring this mat with you to the restaurant, and you set it down, and your dog is trained to stay on that mat.
Yeah.
And it's really smart.
Very smart.
And I'm very jealous of the people who have well-trained their dogs like that, because I have not. And my dog is like, I'm going to stand the whole time because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Doesn't wander off, but we got to train our dogs just like we have to train our humans.
Yep, exactly. So let's get back to this.
So you've now met my dog.
I've met the dog. It's a fit.
All right, you like the dog. I like you for the dog. The next step would be we do a home visit, which basically just means, and they're all done virtually now. Literally, someone will call you up and you put your phone on speaker and you walk around and do a video call to look at the house. And we just make sure that your home is what you need it to be. We're not trying to say, oh, I'm sorry, you don't have the newest she poo poo thing.
No, that's fine.
We don't care about that. We just want to make sure that it's safe.
I have a jumbo mini fridge.
I mean,
it's the biggest of the smallest, the
There you
smallest
go.
of the big. Okay, it's a jumbo mini fridge.
Oh, God.
And guess what else?
What?
I have a air fryer.
Okay,
So I have all the
we don't want air fryers for dogs.
Oh
Dogs
no, I
shouldn't
didn't
have
mean for the
fryer
dog.
food.
I'm just saying I'm making it. I'm living the dream.
Hey, you know what? As long as we don't care, you don't have to have this ginormous house with this fenced acreage.
It's not. It's my aunt and uncle's basement.
Right.
What can I say?
And but see, some people think you can't, that a rescue won't adopt to you unless you meet certain standards.
Let me
do
qualify
not.
though. It is not a basement. It is actual an apartment with its own address.
I appreciate that. That's
okay,
good.
just so that you know, I'm not living in somebody's laundry room. Okay.
If you were to live in someone's laundry room, we would want everybody that lives in the household to meet the animal.
Yeah.
Because we want everybody to be on the same page. But yeah, I mean, if you have a tiny little apartment, that's cool. We don't care. It's more about how you are going to be with the animal, not
Yes.
how the environment is. But
So
when we do a
clearly I've
home
passed
visit,
all
we're
the
doing
tests, I've checked all the
that
boxes
stuff.
you'd like.
Then once the dog is medically cleared, whether that's a spay or a neuter or any illnesses that are being treated.
So you're taking
or
care of
injuries.
all of that stuff
Absolutely.
before the dog comes home to
Absolutely.
me.
We want that animal to be 100%, as close to 100% as possible. Then it goes to you, and then it's yours.
Okay, 2 days go by.
Yeah.
I call secondhand hounds
Yeah.
and I say, this was a mistake. Have you ever had that happen?
Sure. What we do is, so for a great case in point.
I'm just saying, like maybe
It
something
totally happens.
happened and it's like, oh,
It can
my.
happen.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a couple of ways we handle it. For
Okay.
example, my litter that I just had, one of the adopters has reached out to me and said, oh my goodness, dog's great, but after 2 weeks together, their resident dog is not having it.
Oh, no.
So they said, what do we do?
Right.
We have trainers on our dime that are now in touch with them to help them work through it to see if it's an option. And we immediately get on the phone. I will talk to them. Our other people, staff will talk and help you through that problem.
Yeah.
If it's insurmountable, which it rarely is, but if it is, we'll absolutely 100% take that animal back.
So you really have trainers that will go and work with the new dog, old
Absolutely.
dog, because there's ways that
Oh,
they
yeah.
can.
Well, I mean, so for this dog, after listening to it, basically the dog is in the beginning thought, this is really fun to play with a puppy. And then after 2 weeks, he's like, you know what? I don't want this little thing biting on my ears anymore. And got grumpy about it. And the dog was eating and the puppy came over to see it. Easy. You just feed them separately. You make sure that your resident dog has some space on his own. Hi, friend.
Hi, Sonny. Welcome
You're
back to
just
the
so petite.
Yeah, isn't he?
You're so cute. Oh, you go potties?
You've been whining.
Oh, you've been whining. Where you going? You gonna go on the
I did-
paper?
Oh, on my trivia?
That would be really funny if you did that. Hi. Hello. Hi, we haven't talked.
I'm also so impressed of your ability to sit on a hard floor
Hi,
for an
it's a
hour,
baby.
Johnny.
I'm distracted
Always-
by the floof.
So,
Oh, yeah,
so
you
that's
need my nose.
Sonny's a lab.
Yes, he is. And I had cleft palate labs. I had 4 of them for a while, puppies. That was a lot of work and a lot of fun.
Coming
so
after the
sassy.
coming after
I was
the
like, okay,
tough-
that was exhausting. I sassed for 30 seconds.
They're probably so thirsty.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
It's a great thing, and wow, I didn't know that.
And they can be raised up as they get taller, so you don't
Cool.
have to bend over and hurt their necks.
So do they ever drink from a bowl, cleft
Yes,
palates?
yes.
They-
So they probably have a bowl where they're living. They probably have a bowl next to this.
Mm-hmm.
And as puppies, especially the lab, will be like splashing in it, and all of a sudden go, oh, there's water. Oh, what's that? And they learn. And the first couple of times they'll sneeze because they haven't figured it out. But then once they start drinking it, they start drinking like this. So the water falls down their throat rather than going up in the cleft, which is really funny. But I always
hear
think
that.
they always look like little birds because they go,
Cuteness.
yeah, it's really cute.
So
mean,
are these
dogs,
going to
they're
be up
cute.
for adoption?
Yes, so because they are part of our neonatal program, we're going to give them a little extra time. Typically, our dogs go on the website at 6 weeks, and then they can go home at 8 weeks. We want these guys to be a little bit stronger before we go in and do their spay and neuter, because there is that concern with the cleft palate. They're just a little bit more susceptible to anesthesia problems. So we just take a little bit longer, but absolutely they will be adoptable. Oh, good, Potty.
Oh, Potty.
Yay! And you went right next to where the other one
know,
was. That's actually a good
it's-
training thing.
Watching dogs do that, it's like when people yawn.
Oh, do you need a minute?
I've got some trivia.
I'm okay.
Oh, you got some trivia.
yeah,
Yay!
Mr. Wizard, bring it.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And this one might get a little controversial.
Oh, we love that here.
Controversy.
Okay, well, for decades now, the most popular breed in the U.S.
I know where we're going with this.
Yep, you know, has been the Labrador Retriever. Of course, we have one here today
do.
with Sunny. But recently, the last year, we've seen another breed
Yeah.
take over as the most popular breed in America. What is that breed?
That would
I
be
feel like
the,
I should know this.
It's the French Bulldog.
That is correct.
It is?
Now, what do we think about French Bulldogs?
Do you need to hold a puppy?
So we actually, when this came out, we actually
hold the
did a
puppy?
big social
You're okay?
media thing about it, as did
okay?
most rescues in the area. The problem with whatever they announce as the new dog that everybody loves, people start popping them out as a breeder, which means we then see them as a return.
I don't like it.
So French Bulldogs, I'm not going to say anything. The breed they're great dogs, but they are absolutely rife with health issues.
Yeah.
And as we have bred them, we've made it worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
The majority of our cleft palate dogs are French Bulldogs. The majority of the dogs that come to us from our neonatal program are French Bulldogs. A lot of our neonatal puppies don't make it to this point.
Yeah.
Frenchies especially.
Frenchies.
So again, love the Frenchies, but please, we need to stop getting more out there.
That's the one thing where I feel like,
because
come
we're
on,
breeding
humans.
them wrong. We're breeding them wrong, and they cannot, because of the way we've done it, they can't do it on their own. It's all up to us, so we are genetically choosing who is with whom.
Yeah, I had a friend that
And that's
had
an
an
issue.
English Bulldog.
Bulldogs, English Bulldog is the same thing,
Yep.
but they're not as popular, I think, because they get bigger.
They get bigger.
And Frenchies, you can pick them up and move them places, and
I
people are
heard
like, oh,
they
they're
even
so
have
funny.
more health issues.
Yeah.
Because these are dogs that can't even give birth on their own naturally.
Right, and Frenchies are becoming that way.
Come on, so let's do a public service announcement.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like French Bulldogs? I don't know what to say. So
Then rescue one.
yeah,
Rescue,
one.
yeah.
And take on.
And if
be
you
prepared.
get one, get it spayed or neutered. Listen to the breeder. Get it spayed and neutered. Because a lot of breeders are telling people when they get a dog that, oh, you can't get it spayed or neutered until X, Y, and Z. Well, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Just like me.
I mean, your
I can do what I want.
some vets will say, you should wait and get, a heat cycle through or do this or that or other, depending on the breed. But most of the time that ends up with unforeseen litters, and that's not something that we need.
Right.
So,
I've got another question for you,
Yeah.
another question. All right.
and it is dog related. Doesn't sound like it, but what is Cormorant, Minnesota famous for? Cormorant,
The town?
Minnesota.
The
Not,
town?
Yes, the town.
That's not where. No, that's a different kind of dog.
Oh, I
That's
know. It's where Lassie was born.
No,
Sorry, no,
I don't know. I do not know this. Is there a dog called a cormorant?
no,
I
no.
think so.
Well, there is a dog in Cormorant. His name is Duke, and he is the mayor of Minnesota, of Cormorant.
That's so cool.
He gained the majority of the town's votes with
Was
12
his-
votes,
is
and
he
he was
a,
sworn in August 16th, 2014.
Okay, because I just saw there was another dog that just got sworn in somewhere as mayor. It's like a German Shepherd dog, I think. But anyway, that's so cool.
Yep, 12 votes.
I have to say, you know what? Sometimes I think a canine might be better than a politician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stand
maybe.
up there and
Just
take
saying.
charge, bark out orders at people.
Loves people, doesn't judge, just wants to put things where they need to be.
Was that us?
Did I do something wrong?
Whoa,
No,
excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Okay. The
Sorry
marathon.
we couldn't bring anybody cute.
What?
You got another one? You didn't proofread your trivia,
No,
did you?
I didn't at all. I looked
like,
at the
I
first one.
understand
I'm
what
like,
this
this is good. What herding dog breed? Herding? Oh, dog breed is used the most in police forces around the world.
Go ahead.
It's.
Or is it a Malinois?
It's pronounced German Shepherd. German.
The guess
There you
was
go.
German Shepherd.
You also see the Belgian Malinois as well.
Yes,
but-
German Shepherds. You see, why are they such good police dogs?
German Shepherds?
Why not a Dachshund?
Well, to be blunt, a dachshund would be really challenged to take down somebody that was running. I mean, you could nip at the
It'd be
ankles.
funny.
It would be funny, but I know that
Yeah, that's a good point.
not the dachshunds aren't smart. German shepherds are really, really smart.
Crazy smart,
and
right?
incredibly loyal
Yes.
to their people.
Trainable.
Very trainable.
Wanting to
and
please
they
their
want
human?
to be trained. A dachshund does not want to be trained.
Right. That's
Does
a good
not
point.
want to be trained.
But how about what are the other dogs that are used in police
Well, a Belgian Malinois, like I said, we would prefer if whenever we get one of those in, we are stressed out because they are a lot harder to own than a German Shepherd. German Shepherds can be good family dogs. It's really tough for a Malinois to be. Yeah, they're just. I don't know exactly. I just know that when those come in, we get a little concerned. We know that it's going to be harder to place. I think it really wants things the way it wants them and will put things where they want it, perhaps not as gently as one with children would like. That's my hunch, but I could be wrong.
What's this? Let's talk about it. This is coming from our volunteer, Michaela. Goat's milk.
Okay, I'll talk to Melissa about it.
What is this?
That is the formula powder we mix up to put in their tubes when we tube feed them. And it is derivative, it is goat's milk. And we actually rarely use the powdered formula when we're doing the syringes because it gets clumpy. When we're using the syringes, we're often using our own mixture, which is goat's milk and yogurt, and I think it's a protein powder, something like that.
Oh, but, good. Look at.
We have another friend.
You guys they've been up on the floor for months. My gosh. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. Well, and what a great way to celebrate.
Awesome.
Oh, I love it. So this is Winston. He is a 6-week-old corgi. The puppy happy give you some, I'm sure, if you're not careful. Oh! Oh, I love it.
Good.
Yeah, that's what they're here for.
Yeah.
That is absolutely what they're here for.
Got some more dog trivia if you're interested.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
sorry,
please.
I'm just lost.
I know, we're just enjoying the moment. Sorry.
How many eyelids do dogs have? How many eyelids? Eyelids.
Per eye or total?
Per eye.
I know. 2.
Yeah, sort of. They have sort of have a retractable second eyelid, but that's kind of false.
It's more of a membrane. But yes, they have 3 eyelids, an upper lid, a lower lid, and a third lid called a haw, which is a membrane which keeps the eye moist and protected.
So, okay, now I'm confused because I thought there was 2. I don't really think, are we considered to have 2 eyelids per eye? I always feel like I have 1.
I feel like I have 1 each eye.
But I guess, I don't know. I guess we have 2 if I never thought about that. This is considered an eyelid because it covers your eye.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't move as much.
How about the world's oldest dog? How long did the oldest dog live?
I want to say like 25 years.
I think it's 24.
Who's right?
My information says 29.
Oh my gosh.
Bluey, the Australian cattle dog.
I knew he was a cattle dog, yeah.
I was going to say it must be some like bred with a wolf because wolves live a long time.
I would think it'd be a smaller breed. Don't they live longer?
A what breed?
Like a smaller breed.
They typically do, yeah. But I mean, clearly that one was, a cattle dog isn't a big dog. Typically they're about 30 pounds, so it's not a huge dog, 40 maybe. It's all how that dog was treated health-wise too.
You know, I know a woman, she lives in my neighborhood. She adopts retired, what's
Greyhounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
From racing or, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of breed-specific rescues out there.
Yeah.
And it's really, if you really want a certain breed and rescue, if you can find a breed-specific one, that's a really great resource. We get all the animals in, but it's really nice if you have really something special in mind. And there are people that specifically do greyhound rescue because once their job is done, they need a new home.
Right, right. You ever been on a dog sledding trip?
I have not, but I am excited to possibly do that when I go to Alaska.
What are those dogs called? Huskies, sled dogs.
Well,
they're
some are huskies, but not all of them anymore.
Well, it's interesting because What's that, Dubs?
They do a lot of hound mixes
Yeah.
with the Huskies. With the Husky.
On TV, it's always Huskies, but I
Mr.
don't
Wizard
think
was
it's that
recently
way.
on a dog sledding trip.
Yes.
I've been dog sledding.
I have not. I've just watched it.
It's interesting because these are dogs that you can tell are born to pull.
Oh, yeah.
That's all they want to do is pull stuff.
Yep. Well, and that's one of those things, if you adopt an animal that is their job and you don't give them that job,
Yeah.
you are going to be in trouble.
You need to know what you're doing. You need
You
to
need to know.
You need
So
to know
if-
what they want.
Those
what they're bred
dogs,
to do.
they want to go running. You
That's
better
right.
be running, and running to you and running to them may be two very different things.
What's that? There's certain dogs that just want to dig. So
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have a really sweet.
You can train them to have a specific area in the yard to dig. That's
Yep.
when my dog started digging, I asked for help, and everyone's like, you can't stop a digger. Just tell them where they can dig and where they cannot.
Yeah.
So we had a tree that died in our front lawn, and there was this huge area of dirt, and my dog would invite all her friends over, and they'd all just dig. And my neighbors
digging
like,
party.
and they're like, oh my gosh, is that okay? I'm like, that is her spot. Nothing else
Let 'em
grows
dig.
there. I'm okay with it. Better there than in my plants and my lawn or whatever. But
I've seen a lot of like TikToks of Huskies that like howl a lot. And
Oh, yeah.
They're also very. They've got a lot of personality.
they
Huskies.
do. They do. Huskies are really cool.
Like they're really amazing. Yeah.
They are
almost like
really
take
amazing.
on human traits.
We actually have a Husky mixed litter coming in. I haven't seen pictures. I've just heard. I'm excited to see that because Husky puppies are stinking cute. But again,
Oh my gosh.
Husky is one of the dogs that I will not foster because they need more exercise than I'm willing to give. Yeah? And she liked to walk. I bet she liked to run. You have to run her. And again,
Iris up when you get a chance,
Absolutely.
Joseph.
and I think it's wise you knew that. Some people are like, but I took my dog for a 5-minute walk. Why is it not okay? I'm like, oh, honey, that works for your dachshund.
Are
That
you,
one's fuzzier, huh? Puppies are unpredictable.
are you ready for some more dog trivia?
Please.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you take your temperature, with the human body,
98.6.
that is correct. That's the normal human body temperature. What about a dog's
Oh, what's a dog's
normal
temperature
body
normal?
temperature? Is it higher or lower?
Oh, I think it's
It's higher.
Higher.
What do you think it
Yes.
is?
I believe it's about 100, and I'm saying that because maybe it's 101.
No, I'm gonna say 100.9.
Because the reason I know this is when a dog is likely to give birth, the temperature drops a degree.
Oh.
So when I had my dog that was pregnant, I would take her temperature, and within 24 hours
Interesting.
of it dropping under 101, she had her babies.
Oh.
It is one of the clear signs, they say. So is it 101?
Well, yes, 101.5. Very good.
0.5, okay.
Man.
But yeah, but it is interesting, yeah. So we do, I thought he was going to ask how you take their temperature. I'm like,
Well, we do that with humans as well.
we do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Pay extra.
Okay. I like this trivia. I want to play more trivia. It's
Yeah,
the
this is
dude
good
against
trivia. I
Donnie
like this.
in dog trivia.
Okay. We all remember.
Points at 7 times
Yes.
7, so it's like if I get
Yep.
1 point, it's 7.
7,
There
yep.
you go, okay.
Famous
7 points.
dogs. Famous
Oh,
dogs.
Okay.
You remember the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Yes.
What is the name of the dog?
Max.
I was going to say, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Max.
Max.
You guys both got that.
No, I said it first.
He got it first.
Come on.
I'll give it to him.
7 to
I'll
7.
give him the pity point.
7 to 7.
Well, Chewbacca from Star Wars kind of sounds like Sobaka, right? Which is, I think, Russian for dog, right? Something like that. But this famous Wookiee was inspired by what dog breed?
Chewbacca?
I knew this, too.
George Lucas's dog
Oh,
is the inspiration for Chewbacca. What is that dog? It looks a little bit like Chewbacca.
I mean, Irish, no, that doesn't make sense. I think it's something red and shaggy or brown
Yeah.
and shaggy. But
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't make sense.
say Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll say Irish setter.
And chow.
It does seem like it would be a chow. It's an Alaskan Malamute.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Totally don't see that, but okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it's. I was thinking maybe the sound, but yeah. I wonder if his dog made that sound.
I can't do it that way.
No.
Interesting. I got trivia. I want to do one of mine.
Uh-oh.
Look at this.
All right.
All right. Hopefully
You know
it's
why?
not
Because then he
inappropriate.
has the answer, therefore, and he automatically gets a point.
What?
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Sharing his name with an element having the atomic number 29. What is the name of the hound in Disney's Fox and the Hound? Classic movie. Oh my gosh.
Sharing. Say it again.
So it's an
What's
element.
the name of the hound in Fox and the Hound?
It's been so long since I've seen it, I couldn't begin to tell
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Go on, tell me the question again. Maybe I'll figure it out.
It's an element. It's going to be like
it's an element.
Well, I know that, but there's a lot of them. And I
29.
was an English major. So.
Atomic number 29. What is the name of the dog in Disney's Fox and the Hound? I know the fox's name was Todd.
Only thing that comes to mind is carbon, and I know that's not it.
It's
Silver?
If you
think
said it's
pennies. Think pennies.
Copper?
copper.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's a great dog name, Copper.
That was my husband's first dog.
Really? Oh, cool.
And so when we got our first dog, we named our dog Penny after Copper Penny was what they called it.
That's my mom's name.
Yeah, aw.
I got one.
What's Gracie's?
Yes, what's your dog name? Eduardo? Love it.
That's great.
Oh, gosh.
Aw.
We have just the two
There's
babies
just the
that you had
dude.
before.
The dude could sit on your lap.
Oh, goodness.
No.
That'd be a bit much. All right.
All right, Mr. Wizard, we're ready.
Lay it on us. How cute.
All right.
Aw.
What U.S. president's dog ripped down the pants of a French ambassador at the White House?
Oh, I love that.
This is great.
I'm going to guess Teddy Roosevelt.
I'll say Joe Biden.
Oh.
He had some
That-
ducks, remember?
Yeah.
So that kinda
that's-
acted out a
What do
little
you
bit.
think? What's our answer?
Donnie, of course, is right. Teddy Roosevelt's Boston Bull Terrier Pete had a taste of at least 5 White House visitors, but ripped down the pants of
That I would
French ambassador.
love to have seen that.
And see, that's something that wouldn't be allowed in today's age of everything's on camera and everything's judged.
Yeah, right. So you have puppies, but
Yes.
what about like dogs that are like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old?
We have all of that.
You do?
I don't know if we have a 12. Yeah, we probably do have a 12-year-old at least right now. Yeah.
What are the benefits of adopting a dog that, or fostering a dog even, that's older?
Well, you don't have to usually potty train them. They don't chew everything up. Especially a senior dog is totally content to just hang with you.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily need the 5-mile run.
Right.
They just want to be happy and comfortable and loved, and senior dogs are kind of amazing. On the opposite spectrum of our neonatal program, we have a hospice program. So if we get in an animal that's probably not likely to be adoptable traditionally, they'll just live with their fosters under our dime. We pay for everything
That's
in
right.
that program.
I just want to point that out, that in
Yeah.
fostering, the secondhand hounds
Yeah.
pays for everything.
Yeah, if I needed, when I was fostering my litter and all of a sudden I needed a new kennel, we literally went online and it was paid for. We got a
Boom.
whole new kennel for it and a whole new thing. I bet his tummy's chilly when you do that with this wind coming
Gracie.
through. He's like, I'm so chilly. And same thing with the hospice program. If you have an animal, and you could be the hospice foster for 5 or 6 years, and we'll still pay for everything, all the food, all the medical care, all that stuff for
Wow.
that entire time. So,
How many dogs do secondhand hounds have right now available?
I am not sure, but it's usually, the website only shows part of it. Probably we have a couple hundred on the website, but within the system that are either going to be available, or in treatment, probably 400 or 500 animals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spread out throughout with fosters everywhere?
Exactly, yeah.
I can't see the clock. Where are we?
We have 12 minutes
12
left.
minutes, okay.
11 minutes.
I want to
All
talk
right.
a little bit more, too, about the process of fostering.
Yes.
Because there are... I love that when the term foster fail is actually the human falling in love with the dog or animal and they don't want to give it up.
I know.
That's kind of a foster win.
It really
but
is.
But you know what I mean? I have to, because the point was to foster and move on.
Yeah.
That would be hard to do. Well, hard to do if you're
someone
human.
gave me a better term for it that was more representative, but I can't remember right now because foster fail is just what we use. And the only reason
we have
it's
a foster
failure,
fail on our staff, our own Taylor.
Yep. My dog that I have is technically a foster fail, but I say I was fostering with intent to fail. I was looking for a dog. And so that's what a lot of people, when they're like, oh, I think I want a pet, but I don't know, foster. It's literally test driving that animal on someone else's dime. And if it's not a fit, then it goes up for adoption. So the dog that I ended up keeping, Stevie Nicks, was the third dog that we had fostered with the intent. The other two, they went to perfectly great homes, but they just weren't our dog. You know, that just didn't fit. Depends on your city rules. Every city
What is it in Minneapolis?
I don't
How many
know
dogs
Minneapolis.
Can I have?
We actually asked that our applicants. I don't think it works that way. So I know in my general area, I believe it's 3 in my city. Most cities it's 3, but there are provisions that you can apply for, say, what they call a kennel license, which just lets you take more. 3. I don't know. Again, every city is different, but I think if you have 2 dogs and a cat, that's 3. I don't know I don't think fish and birds and all that apply, but I could be wrong. It's pretty much a safeguard that cities put in so that people aren't indiscriminately hoarding animals.
Right.
Yeah, but they're saying if you can show that your home is well cared for, that you're going to take care of the animals, a lot of cities will, with a fee, give you a little leeway on that. And excuse me for interrupting, foster animals typically do not count because they are not permanent residents.
Oh.
So if you have three of your own animals, if you have 3 of your own animals and you take in 3 fosters, your city usually doesn't care because they're not permanent animals.
Okay.
And a lot of people do that.
Interesting. So fostering, yeah. So your job as a foster is not only just to care for the animal, but you are on the hunt to find it the right home and do the interviewing or checking it out?
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, as a foster, my job is to find happy, healthy homes for happy, healthy animals. And my job, in my mind, is to find a great home for that animal and a great animal for that home. And then 2, you could have the best person and the best animal, but they may not mesh. And that's okay, because it's just not your dog. You know, it's not your person, and that's okay. So basically, I pick who I foster. It is not assigned to you. So if you're a small dog person, we're not going to force you to take a Mastiff.
Right.
What
if you have like a 600 square foot apartment that happens to be your aunt and uncle's basement?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's up to you. So just because a dog is big doesn't mean it's not a great fit. For example, a Great Dane, huge animal, not an animal that really needs a lot of energy to expend. So it's great. You see a lot of Great Danes as apartment dogs, which sounds counterintuitive.
I have a friend.
But because they're chill, it works. Yes. Whereas you could get a smaller dog, a 40-pound dog.
Take them on walks and stuff.
Yeah, but you get a 40-pound dog like an Aussie Shepherd. That dog needs some space. And they're going to play parkour in your apartment, and it's not going to be pretty.
Right.
So you pick the animal that you want to foster, then it will go on our website. But you can also market it however you see fit. We do adoption events. I am a huge social media person, so I put tons of stuff from the minute I get an animal, even before I get the animal. Like, this animal's coming to my home, and I'm constantly doing that sort of thing. When the weather is nice, I take out my dogs with an Adopt Me harness on it and an Adopt Me leash. I go to public places. I do all those things. And you're more likely to get animals. Not to mention, it's also telling people, oh, yeah, I forgot you could adopt animals.
Right.
And it gets people to talk to me at the program.
So, I just had a great idea.
Please.
Okay, so that Kennel Club, Best in Show.
Yes.
Okay, combine that with Miss Universe contest or Mr. Universe contest. So, you know, you come up and they introduce themselves from what country they're from. France, you know.
Yes.
And then the dog has to go, "Dar," too. And then they have matching costumes, right?
Well,
Evening
I mean,
wear.
they do have.
Come on, who's with me on this?
Well, you know, they have.
Broseph.
They have similar things like that. Would you like to plan it? I will.
I would like to be in it. I think I could win it. I think I could win it with my labradoodle.
How fun would this be as a Children's Hospital Secondhand Hounds collab, where we did an event like that?
Like a fashion show where you need international male models like me?
We could totally do that.
I'm an international male model. I just haven't booked a gig. Don't worry about it.
I mean, there are options.
Yeah,
and you know what? And we could perhaps have people that are patients walk the animals down the runway.
Yes,
There's all
I
sorts
like
of things
it.
that could be done.
Well, the patients would. I'd be up there probably mostly.
Well, you could be the MC.
And that's not putting this to good work.
Well, there's time. We have time to figure this out.
Yeah, there's time. Anyway, I'm gonna.
I think we've got time
I just can't.
I'm all
stop
into
thinking
it.
about it.
I am an idea person. I'm all about it.
I think we've got time for one more trivia question.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do this. It's tied up, I think. 14 to 14.
What breed of dog?
Gia! Oh, I'm so glad you're coming down. Sorry.
Dig the pineapples. What breed of dog?
What breed of dog is the Doge dog? Of course, we know Doge from Dogecoin and the various memes and that kind of thing. What kind of dog is the Doge dog?
Doge dog.
Well, Doge, D-O-G-E, is an Italian name. The Doge was...
I mean, you've seen, you know.
I'm sorry?
This is the one that I'm referring to. Hold on, I'll show you a picture.
Dude.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
Oh, well, that's gonna help
Because I
Donnie a
think
lot.
Italian. I think Italian Greyhound. I know there's other Italian dogs.
When you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's the dog.
We'll know immediately. Okay.
Oh,
That's a
and
Shiba
we're off
Inu.
the air.
Isn't that a Shiba? Shiba Inu?
Yes.
I'm gonna say it's.
I was right.
Agree with her.
He already said it, man.
Oh. Okay.
That was a quick blink up there, yeah.
Oh.
Doge dog, D-O-G-E?
Cute.
Yeah, it's like a famous meme kind of thing.
Oh, it's a meme. Okay. I'm sitting here going back to Italian history. The Doge, the Italian... Okay, never mind.
You're blowing up
Clearly,
on TikTok too, aren't you?
overthinking. I have a way.
How many followers do you have?
I think I'm at 94,000 right now.
She has 94,000 followers on TikTok.
So,
Look at you, you little social media queen.
it's
And
a thing.
you could cover the international male model with the dogs.
Absolutely. Could go live. It'd be fun.
I could use the audience. You know, that's a lot of people.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of eyes on me, and I like that.
All eyes on the Doge, dude. All right.
All right, well, let's just kind of wrap this up here. So, secondhand hounds. Now, when do you say these two puppies aren't going to be put up for adoption
Quite yet.
quite yet?
I don't know their exact date. My hunch, and we just tell people obsessively watch the website, but I would guess it's going to be at least 2+ weeks before they're on the website.
Okay.
I haven't
And also
heard
just
anything.
because you will advertise too that they're cleft palate.
Absolutely.
And that means special types of care.
Yep.
I think that's really important to talk like things
Yep.
like they can't have peanut butter because it'll get. Can you
Anything
tell us,
sticky,
like,
wet food,
Can you
all
even
that
just
kind
tell us? We have a minute.
Minute.
What is cleft palate? What does that
So
mean?
a cleft palate, if you take your tongue and touch the roof of your mouth, you might feel a little seam. Okay. You kind of feel that's
Yeah,
right down the
I do.
middle. They don't
I
have
feel
that.
it.
Theirs is open.
Oh, there's just like a
It's
hole.
open, right? So we are all familiar. So there's cleft lip, where they have an opening on the lip. Cleft palate is in the roof of your mouth. And there's two kinds. There's a soft and a hard palate cleft. I don't know what kind these guys have. And you can have all of them. With humans, typically it's discovered at birth and we do the surgery, and that's different, especially
Right.
if it's cleft lip. With
Right.
puppies, we just don't do that.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool. Secondhand
And
hounds.
excuse me, the reason
Yeah.
we don't push it is humans need their palate for speech accuracy.
Correct.
Dogs don't. So we don't worry about that. With a human, obviously we want to give them all the opportunities to have clear speech, that sort of thing. So.
Awesome. Well, these two are going to be wiped out by the time that we are wrapping it up.
Thank you, everybody, for wiping out the puppies.
Hey, we're playing bingo at 2 o'clock, so get ready for that. Until then, hashtag later. Bye. And thanks
See you
Secondhand
next
Hounds.
month.
Yay, Secondhand Hounds. Woo.
It's the clubhouse, the clubhouse, the clubhouse. Old friends calling to play some